Good morning. It's Shay in Silver Lake. It's August 15th. It's 53 degrees. It's 7:53. And the high today is going to be 72. It stormed so hard last night. Bruce was really unhappy. He just now got up. He was very unhappy. Look at these two sunflowers. I'm going to cut those off today and put them in a bouquet and give them away. I mean, it stormed so hard last night. It was crazy. Like, there was so much lightning. I tried to get some video, but it's so rainy that it's really hard to try to... And the wind. Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, look what the wind knocked this one. Push this one pretty hard. I'm going to have to tie that one up. Like, it was windy. I'm scared to come out. Well, so I was talking to my neighbors about, I saw you pee on my flowers, you little turkey. You turkey. I saw you lifting your... I guess those I don't care about. You had a mosquito on you. Already. So he just made those doggy prints. That's how I know that those are my dogs. It's how I know that those are used, Brucifer. I was telling my neighbor who was on vacation and she just got back about the gifts I've been finding in my yard. And the first thing out of her mouth, she was like, oh, it sounds like Daisy. Oh, these are so pretty. How gorgeous that is. My only zinnias this year. And I was like, Daisy? And she's like, yeah, it's this little cat that lives at the beginning of the street here. And like I guess she does that to everybody. She leaves, like outside their fence. And I'm like, well, she's not leaving them outside my fence line. She's leaving them in my fence line. I've got a couple blooms going on. I've got one over there. And I got a couple down here. So, look at that beet that I pulled out of the ground. My son's like, put that back. So he put it back in the ground. And then, that's hilarious. What's happening here? Well, I seriously doubt that... What a weird sunflower. Look how it's growing. And the head got chopped off by a deer. So I might as well cut that arm off. Huh. Yeah, it stormed pretty hard. Oh, wow, that one got tall fast. That was quick. Yeah, some of these are just jumped right up in size. So I don't think they'll be... I do not know what this is. It's supposed to be broccoli, I thought. I don't know. I keep forgetting about that half-eaten one that's right there. But I haven't seen... Oh, I did see another one of those chipmunk things. So I saw him running around. Just like a glimpse of him. Running across the yard. So, I don't know. It might be this cat named Daisy that likes to... Because she said when she came home yesterday, she found one just laying outside of her fence line, like right where she parks her cars. And I was like, oh, lovely. Just lovely. So that could be it. I'm like, you know, like, well, I'm glad, you know, that I didn't even realize that there was that many field mice running around my garden. So I'm just going to keep Bruce in at nighttime. Because I don't want to come out and find a cat. You know, so I'm going to keep him in at night. And let the cat do. Although, I've never found any cat poo. So that's another thing. I found rabbit. Not in my garden, but like on the outside here. On the outside of the fence. I found deer. I saw deer do yesterday on the outside of my fence line. Oh yeah, today I gotta walk down and I'm gonna go to Christmas Valley today. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go to Christmas Valley. Take my friend, she's got an appointment over there, and I want to try to go over to that. There's a Kearns. It's kind of like a hardware, like, has like fencing and like spackle and I don't know, tools and stuff. It's like a local hardware store. So I'm gonna go over there, see what they have. I am really hungry this morning. I was kind of hungry last night when I went to bed, but I was just too lazy to get up and make a salad. I just didn't feel like it. So I just went to bed. This one grew pretty fast compared. I need to cut. I'm going to have to get in here and cut all those daisies. Daisies are such a pain. I'm glad I didn't get daisy happy and plant them everywhere. But I did plant them in a few places that I'm like, like I have to thin them out in here. And thin them out down there already. So, what's up? Too cold? Too wet? What's going on, buddy? Oh, the 4 o'clocks are doing pretty. Oh, I forgot that I'm going to have to dry that stuff out. Dang it. It just started pouring like in the middle of the night. We were like, my son and I were like, whoa. Well, first he came in and said, hey, I just saw lightning. And it's like weird lightning. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, there's no thunder, no nothing. Just a bunch of lightning. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I got up and I looked out the window. And as I looked out the window, I saw lightning. And then me and Serenity came outside. Not really outside. We just opened the door and stood in the doorway. And we stood there for like 2 minutes. Watching the lightning. And then I felt a drop of rain. And I said, oh, I just felt a drop of rain. And then she said, I did too. And then all of a sudden it was just dumping. Oh, I should go look in the back of the tub. Yeah, I would have thought there would have been a lot more water in it. Because it rained pretty good. Like, I definitely was, like, glad I didn't spend a lot of time watering yesterday. I barely watered. I mostly watered up there in the front here and didn't really pay too much attention on anything else. So, yep, I went to Bend yesterday. Like, that's why I was walking down to my neighbor's, is because she needed to go and get some pig feed for Jamal and Charlotte. And I did take a bunch of videos. I just have not uploaded. And then we stopped at this. It's like a dirt park. It's like where there's like a bunch of hills and dips and things that you can jump off of, and it's not sand dunes. It's like salt, hard dirt. There's no soft dirt, and it's all hard dirt. And you know, you take motorcycles and blah 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 blah. But we stopped there real quick because she had to do like a phone meeting type thing, and so I was able to jump out and do a few videos, and there was nobody there, which is really crazy because usually there's always somebody there, always a bunch of people there. But I'm not actually that surprised because the air quality is not good. Like, it looks a little better today. Like, we can see the mountain here. I'll go back and look at Hagar. Hagar. There's like different people says it differently. I keep asking people, but Hagar seems to be the oh, there's like a little tiny cloud right up on top of it. Looks kind of cute. Looks like when it has snow on it. But yeah, it's still kind of smoky. But not near as bad as what it's been. So I feel like this rain is going to be really super good. Might get some mowing done today. I've got to tie that up. I haven't really pushed this thing. I don't know why I try to attempt. I'm like such a right now person. I gotta fix it right now. Ow. And I got bit by a mosquito while I'm trying to temporarily fix this. Like, that's not gonna work, but it holds it up a little bit better. I'll have to I guess I can do one of these rebars and get some. Wow, look how full that is. I think the rain was like coming at this angle because I had to put that towel in front of my door down in the crack because water was like leaking in. So I gotta figure out a porch, which I've been working on. Like, I've been clearing all this stuff away. When I take my bouquet, I think I'll cut this down, incorporate, you know, what's left in this into the bouquet, finish digging out the rest of that dirt because I want this to be lower because the water needs to drain off and not puddle up. So, you know, I'm going to have to do something about that. You know, I'm still, man, I wish we had, what do you call it? Like, maintenance guy out here. Every person that moves out here, I tell them the same thing. Become a maintenance guy. Like, we need a maintenance guy out here. Like, just somebody that does, like, basic, everyday, whatever. You know, oh, that's another thing. I wanted to take a video. Oh, we can barely see the mountains over there. And you can, you know, you can see Table Rock, though, but those ones over there you can't see. We need a guy that just does, like, basic, you know, we don't, like, I mean, it would be nice if we had a full-on carpenter. But we need a carpenter. Like, you know, what the heck? I remember when you could throw your shoe out the door and hit a carpenter. Now, you can't find hardly any carpenters. I don't know what happened. But, yeah, that can do basic Whatever, we need one of those. What I usually come up with a design and then talk my son into... See, that didn't hold very much water. And then I usually talk my son into doing my ideas. And then along the way, we figure, oh, look how pretty that is. Along the way, we figure out what will work and what won't work. Is usually what happens. Because my son's father, my ex-husband, not a carpenter. Not a carpenter. Because back then, you could just throw a shoe out the door and you'd hit a carpenter. Dang. So that's what I need. I need one. Look at all those echinaceas. I have to be so careful this year when I make sure that I cut. I'll cut some of those and it'll go into that sunflower bouquet and some daisies. But not my white echinaceas. Then we have pink, 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 pink. So none of the orange. Oh, I don't know what it is, but over here, echinaceas are a friend to mosquitoes. I can tell you that much. They are definitely friends to mosquitoes. Because every time I come back here, I get attacked. Attack! And it's always my hands. My hands get attacked. It's like, I just do not see. This is all going to be pink. This is going to be beautiful. All pink. I'm just not seeing that yellow one I planted. Unless for some odd reason it's this one. But I don't think... I remember planting it like right here. Like right where this pink one is. But it didn't look like it was like a real survivor. But I still, when I cut those down along with those other pink, a few other pink ones, because last year I didn't have this many. And I laid all of the echinacea blooms in this bed, and that's how I got so many echinacea. I just laid them down. And I cut the orange, and I laid the orange down. There is no orange. I cut the white, and I laid the white down in here, and there is no white. It's just all pink. So I don't know. Because I know that the white and the orange is a hybrid. So I'm wondering if the hybrids don't really reproduce. I don't know. But we're going to find out. This one is shaped really weird. But the white came out pretty. I'm definitely going to thin out. I'm going to leave one of the daisies over here. But this next spring, when I'm out here and complaining because it's desolate and there's nothing growing, I am going to try to dig out some of these daisies and gift them to like my neighbors or something. I don't know. Try to get somebody else, or just, I don't really have any more places to look. April, all of a sudden I noticed yesterday she's got 2 blooms. It looks like eyeballs. It's so funny. Here, I'm gonna get, I'm wearing slippers and I was trying not to get my slippers wet, but they're funny. I like it. Anyway. And I decided next year I'm just going to do, I think, those African daisies. Although it takes them a while to pop up. And they don't stay for very long. I love them, though. They look all clustered right here. Because they didn't do as, I blocked them. This has got too many daisies in it, and I need to pull. I originally only had 2 daisy clusters in there, and then me thinking that I was going to use when I cut all the daisies last year and laid them all down in here, this is what happened. So I'm going to take it back definitely back to the 2 daisies. Because that's crazy nuts. I think those are sunflowers right there. If it is, I'm going to have my son move that brick and put it over the top of these two, so that I don't run it over with my hose. It's a miraculous I haven't already. And that one daisy out there that I transplanted, it actually looks like it's going to make it. And it'll be great right here. Because it's kind of like a nice blockage from, kind of tells you where the post is. And it'll look great next year, all nice and bloomed. And easy to get to. That's what I do with the daisies. I cut them down like that. Just chop, 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 chop. All of it. And then I take it, and these have all popped already. I tried to come out here and get some seed pods, those pods, and they've already dried out and popped. So I gotta, needs to be mowed. Need to pull it, rake it back a little bit away from and pull anything that's on top of my greenery, and then it mows it all, and then it turns into mulch. I dump the mulch outside the gate and spread it out, and that has really helped the outside of my fence line, because it was really bald, and I've got a few holes that a mold dug. Oh, I found that stick yesterday too, and I threw it over my fence. Put the fence up. There's like a lot of garbage blue. Tons of garbage. But it's starting to look a lot better out here. Smoothing it too. And I fill the holes with the mulch, because I have nothing else. When I get some buckets of sand, I'm going to go out there and fill it with some sand too. But there's 2 molehills right there that my son has been running over every day. But look, there's some garbage. There's some more garbage across there. I can see that green bag. There's a garbage can open down there. So I don't know. And I'm sure that because it was so windy last night. Like, ooh, look how pretty that sunflower is. Oh, let's see if I can get close to it. Look at that. Gorgeous. That one was pretty. Oh, see, those arms broke off, and I didn't realize that they were going to bloom out anyway, so pretty, pretty, pretty. Usually when it rains in the next couple days, I'll start seeing chunks of glass and pop can lids or pieces of metal, nails, screws, all kinds of stuff will start popping up on my sidewalks. That's usually what happens. Like, I start to see, that's a dead flower. I'll start to see, usually back here. Like, I found an ashtray one time from the Mapes Motel in Reno, Nevada. A full ashtray. And it's like a little glass one. And I Googled it because I remember, like, in the early 90s or somewhere in the 90s, the Mapes, I remember when they imploded it. I was there. And then to find an ashtray, I had never been inside the Mapes that I can remember. Because I lived in Reno when I was a kid, like in the 80s. So I could, like, my parents could have taken me into there, but I don't remember anything like that. And I don't remember my parents saying anything about that. But I do remember being in, like, Harrah's, the Flamingo, and some of the other ones, Calaniva, and a few of the other ones, Circus Circus. And there was no Silver Legacy when I was a kid. I mean, I've been there as an adult, but I wasn't, not as a kid. El Dorado. I remember a bunch of them when I was a kid. But not as, you know. So it was just weird that I found. And when I first found it, I thought I just found a corner of it. I thought it was just like a broken piece. And then when I started digging it out, because I mean, I had to dig for it. It was deep. It was like sideways in. It wasn't like flat in. It was sideways. And I kept thinking, man, this is like a big piece of glass. And then I was like, oh, it's going to be like half. Because I found a half of an ashtray. So I thought it was going to be another half of a different kind of ashtray. And when I pulled it all the way out, nope, mint condition. Well, I'm like, what can I do with this? So I've seen people use them as yard or they build those water fountains out of glass pieces they find at the thrift store or whatever. And it's pretty small, so it'd have to be like a top piece or something. Or like an extra side piece that the bird can like land on or something. I don't know. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm putting it in that kind of a pile. And I'm not gonna look for more ashtrays, but I'm gonna look for like one of those punch bowls would be like a good piece, and then I can put another piece inside and, you know, keep going up, and the ashtray be like, you know, like a top tier thing, you know, so that you could see it. I was thinking I could use the ashtray as like a piece to put in between pieces, you know, like as like a, but then you wouldn't be able to see that it was the Mapes Hotel. And that was like Marilyn Monroe stayed there, and like a bunch of like old Blue Eyes, I can't remember his name, Frank Sinatra, and like a bunch of them, Dean Martin. They that's like a place where they stayed. So I was like, I thought it'd be cool for it to be at the top like edge of like a bird feeder, and it's like an extra landing for a bird. You know? I don't know. It's just like a weird idea I had in my head. So I thought I'd wait, find some other pieces, and then and I know that it can last outside because it's been outside for goodness knows how long. Well, when I Googled it, they said that the last that they were giving those ashtrays, those types of ashtrays away was like in the 80s. So, you know, like, so it's been, and who knows how long it's been outside. I just don't even know, because this house was not built until 2013. There was no house here. No tiny home, no off-grid thing. This was just a field like this. Like that field, or that field across the way. It was just a field. But one time, like 10, 20 years ago, I think it was 20 years ago, they did have like they had like some kind of relay race or whatever here. And there was like 2,000 people that came, and it was like a bicycle thing, and they parked all their bikes here. I seriously doubt that somebody from a bicycle competition dropped a ashtray from the Mapes. So I don't know. But then I also heard from somebody else said that Silver Lake used to have a garbage dump, but I haven't found enough garbage like that for this to be a landfill. So I don't know. It's just really strange. But then I've also found like a lot of horseshoes, lots of nails, stuff like that. All right. Peace, love, and happiness. 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is going to take 3 days to upload. All right, peace, love, and happiness. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm sorry this video went so long. I'm absolutely ridiculous. I get to pacing and yapping to you guys, and I can't shut up. So I wish you guys a wonderful day, week, hour, minute, seconds. I wish you lots of good rest and good vibes and just good things to happen to you. I hope that you have good connections with your neighbors and that everything goes well for you and that your air quality is good and that hopefully soon the fires will be put out. Hopefully this rain carried right to wherever the fires are and helped them out. Man, goodness, this has gotten really tall. This is like 6 feet tall right now. And anyway, I'll have a happy poppy day. And hopefully that you have some good sunshine. All right. We will catch you next time. Bye.